when something like this happens, it doesn't matter how small the gesture is. You help where you can, when you can, however you can.
People across the country looking for ways to help as Helene leaves a staggering death toll. At least 215 people are now confirmed dead since the storm made landfall last Thursday.
And more deaths, sadly, are expected to be confirmed as rescuers finally make their way to some of the hardest hit areas where there are people who are still unaccounted for. So all the while, some 170,000 customers are still without power in the mountains.
Think about where power lines are normally located. There are easements along those roadways. Those easements are gone.
The damage in Western Carolina is catastrophic. A lot of homes destroyed, the roads washed out. We showed you, though, how people are trying their hardest to help, including here in Ohio.
Yeah, members of Ohio Task Force 1 have been in North Carolina for more than a week checking on storm victims. Today News 5's Bob Jones spoke with a battalion chief from Greene about what he has seen.
Helene showed no mercy, with some parts of western North Carolina getting more than 2 feet of rain in 2 days. Roads wiped out, vehicles swallowed up, and many businesses and homes destroyed. Some just floated away.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of coming out of that shell shock. It took me seeing, this for the first time to really grasp, everything that everybody's been through.
Josh Compton, a battalion chief from Greene, is among 82 members of Ohio Task Force 1 deployed to devastated areas, leaving even before the storm hit. He's been there for 11 days, focusing on some of the hardest hit communities near Asheville.
So we're seeing more mudslides in the mountain areas, a lot of washed out roads. A lot of washed out bridges.
Compton has been doing targeted searches, welfare checks on residents, and finding that mud and water went up to the roofs of many homes.
It's the mud and the soot, and anything that floated downriver is now, sitting in your front yard. So yeah, the devastation is these people, I truly feel for them.
Michael Case took the job as Asheville's fire chief this year after working for the Cincinnati Fire Department. He talked about the catastrophic damage earlier this week.
We still need to have food. We still need to open up communications. We still need to get the roads and the infrastructure back up and going.
Case knows what it's like to help communities after tragedies. He was on the Ohio Task Force 1 team for more than 20 years.
I think my message is we need help. We need it very quickly. We can't wait any longer.
Josh says so far he has not been involved in any rescues, but he knows there are many tragic stories.
We have heard of fatalities, none that we've had to deal with, but there are fatalities in the area.
Josh has been to more than a dozen disaster areas, including the 2021 condo collapse in Florida that killed nearly 100 people. He was part of a team that dug through the rubble searching for victims. While the work is hard, Josh says people are always grateful for the help, and that includes North Carolinians.
No matter what deployment I've been on, the community, it's amazing how they come together, and we're here to help them, and they're trying to help us.
It's not clear when Josh and other members of Ohio Task Force 1 will come back home. They commit to deployments up to 2 weeks, but that could also be extended. In Akron, Bob Jones, News 5.
Oh, we have seen so many ways people around the country are coming up with ways to help those impacted by Hurricane Helene.
And that includes a pilot who is flying resources in and now shelter pets out. His name is Eric Walden. He usually flies private passengers in and out of an airport in Charlottesville, but when North Carolina was hit by that storm, he knew he had to jump in and help, use his wings to do that. He put out a call for donations. He got outreach to fill his plane several times over.
And within 24 hours, hundreds of people had messaged and called and emailed and shared it all over Facebook. So it sort of went viral. Everybody came from everywhere because they saw the need, and that's what we do. That's what Americans do. We help.
After emptying the plane of all those supplies, look who he started filling it back up with: shelter animals, since rescues in that area have been destroyed. The animals are now going to other shelters around the country, awaiting their forever home now. We did check with several rescues here in our area, and it doesn't look like so far they're taking in any Helene rescues.